Let's get down to the meat of the matter. What are we going to eat? First thing is, I'm not going to really go into detail. I'm not going to tell you. You're like, oh, God damn it. Okay, the reason why is if you go on my YouTube channel, Dr. Vuong YouTube channel, I have a video that says what to eat after weight loss surgery. What to eat. It literally is called What to Eat After Weight Loss Surgery. So that is what's going to give you what you need to eat to stop the weight regain. Okay? I'm going to summarize it for you real quick. But here's the problem. Let's say you're watching me on a Facebook Live, or you come to one of my conferences, or you get up the courage to message me. And your question to me, you have a blink of my attention, and your question to me is, well, Dr. Vuong, how do I get more protein? Dr. Vuong, what should I be eating? Dr. Vuong, I'm 6 weeks after surgery and I don't know what I should be eating. Like, that's not a good question to ask me, because I've created access for you, 400 videos that answers all those questions. So the first thing you got to do to stop weight regain is become a seeker. So you got to start seeking your own information. All right? You got to start doing your own homework. If you're one of the lucky ones who's messaged me and I've responded, don't waste that attention. Like, don't waste that opportunity to ask a good question. Ask me good questions. Okay. So you're going to go to YouTube. You're going to watch What to Eat After Weight Loss Surgery. Okay. And I'm going to summarize it for you also. It's called the Dr. V Diet. And I have something called the Dr. V Diet PDF. It's a free PDF. And I think it's even drvdiet.com. So drvdiet.com. Right now, you can go download this 15-page free PDF, which will tell you what you should be eating. And it does not matter if you've had a sleeve. It does not matter if you've had a bypass. It does not matter if you haven't had surgery and you're trying to lose weight. I have so many patients who've lost a ton of weight without surgery, just eating the way I teach them. I've had over 13 patients lose 100 pounds or more just following my diet. All right? So you don't need to have weight loss surgery. Now, quite honestly, we want to make it seem like there's this big, huge difference between the sleeve and the bypass, and there's really not. And the reason why is because the shit doesn't matter if your head is wrong and your education is wrong and what you know is wrong. Okay? So let's get to what you should be doing. Now, if you go download this free PDF, here's what's going to tell you. Oh, it's also in my new Masterclass Guides book. So you can go look for my Masterclass Guides book. Here's what we're going to do. So it's a green smoothie for breakfast. But you can also have it for lunch. No big deal. But you're going to have a green smoothie. Now, what makes it green? And listen, I've got like 2 books on green smoothie recipes, and people still ask me, Dr. Vuong, what should I put in my green smoothie? I do Facebook Lives. I've got videos on green smoothies, and they still ask me, what should I put in my green smoothies? Like, come on, become a seeker. I want you to, the reason why, I'm not being an asshole a little bit, but I'm trying not to be an asshole. I need to teach you to start doing for yourself, right? What happens if something happened to me tomorrow? What happens if I just say, fuck it, I'm done, and I go and I leave, and I never show up on Facebook again, or I get, God forbid, I hope I don't get hit by a car, but that could happen. It happens. Life's not guaranteed. So if something happens to me, I've got all these resources for you already, and you as a community I need leaders. Who wants to be a leader in my community? Say leader, or put in number 1 if you want to be a leader in my community, to share, point people to these free PDFs, the YouTube channel, just help people, right? I can't do it all by myself. But I've created all the content. You guys just need to disseminate it. Share it amongst your groups, because we got to change people, right? We got to help people. So you're going to have green smoothies for breakfast. Why? Because it's not going to make you feel full. It's not for fullness. It's going to be for nutrition. You are nourishing your body. You got to put the most nutritious foods in your body as much as you can. And when you've had a sleeve or a bypass, you just cannot eat a bunch of junk. You will not get the nutrition in. All right? And you got to get this for your start of your morning. I know it's winter. It's cold, Dr. Vuong. Well, fucking choke it down. I don't care. I don't know what to tell you, man. I choke mine down. I'm cold too. I get it. I don't have any extra fat layer padding. My ass hurts when I sit on a chair too long too. I got a skinny ass tailbone. I got the same problems you do. You're lucky. You're skinny. Good job. Choke down the green smoothie. What can I tell you? It's quick. It's easy to clean, right? You don't stink up your kitchen. You don't have a bunch of dishes. You grab it. You take it to work. Just drink it. You might not be able to swig it all at once. Take it to work with you. Drink it throughout the morning. It's there to nourish your body. You got it? Number 2, we're going to have a big-ass salad a day, preferably for lunch. Now, if you don't have it for lunch, you have to have it for dinner. That's the must. All right? If not for lunch, then for dinner. Dr. Vuong, how do I get all my protein? If I look at this, you don't have any... Put some fucking protein on your salad. What is the big deal here? Put protein on it. Put some beans in it. Put some soybeans in it. Put some couscous in it. Put some quinoa. Put a little bit of grilled fish on top. I don't even care if you want to put some steak on top of it. Like red meat's not super healthy for you, but if you're really worried about the protein, just put some red meat on it. But people are don't understand, fish and meat have the same amount of protein in them. They totally do, right? Okay, anyway, so you're going to put your protein on top. No big deal. And you can put protein. Dr. Vuong, can I put protein supplements into my green smoothies? Of course you can. What's keeping you? Try it, right? Just try it. Try a vegan protein powder. No big deal. You guys are probably watching this going, what has crawled up Dr. V's ass tonight, right? All right, because this is basic stuff. This is basic stuff. We're going to get to the hard stuff here at the end. All right. Vegan protein powder. So you get all your protein if you want. If you don't eat your salad for lunch, you have to have it for dinner. Number 3. So what's dinner, Dr. V? So dinner is going to be a small meal focused on lean protein. So beans, fish, couscous, quinoa, seafood, lean protein. Now, why a small dinner? Because you don't need a bunch of food. Western world, the obese population, we eat this huge dinner and then we go to bed. Your body can't digest that food. It sits in your gut all night. You don't burn off the calories because you're just going to sleep. You don't need to eat that much at dinner. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger said it. It's in a podcast. Your most important meal is your big-ass salad during the day. Okay? Now, number 4. This is important. Water. I like to have 10 glasses of water, but people go, Dr. Vuong, but how many ounces per glass? It doesn't matter. You can be fanatical about it and try to measure or whatever. You're just not drinking enough water. Most Americans don't drink enough water. So as long as you always have a glass around with you and you're drinking that water, you're good to go. I get about 10 glasses a day. I don't really count it. I will walk around with a gallon jug, and most of it will be gone by the end of the day. Okay? No, not tea. No, not decaf tea. No, not blah, blah. Water. I want you to drink water, okay? Now, why is water important? Your macros, Dr. Vuong, how much protein am I supposed to eat? I really tried. I am good with my macros. I get 60 grams of protein a day. I have 40 carbs or less a day. I have very little fat a day. None of it matters if you don't drink water. People are sitting around trying to measure and calculate how much protein they eat a day, but they don't drink water. What's the problem with that? What does your body need to process in order to process protein? Water. Water. So your macros don't matter without water. You got it? Your macros don't matter without water. Okay? So all these people who are evangelizing everything that they're eating, like all their macros and their nutrients and how good they are, and they're not drinking water, you're not utilizing the nutrients. Okay? Got it? Number 5. Okay. This one is controversial, but it's true, and it's the Dr. V diet. And I'm going to write a really big ass. No snacking. Ever. No snacking. Why no snacking? Anyone know? Anybody know why no snacking? Because the obese person cannot be trusted with making a healthy snack. There is no healthy snacks for an obese person. Yes, I know an apple is a healthy snack. For a skinny person, it is. But for an obese person, it's not long before an apple becomes apple slices with peanut butter. And then eventually it's going to become apple pie. Not everybody, but most people, right? Most people who've had to have weight loss surgery or are super obese, morbidly obese. Because your snacking is a sign of something else that's going on. And that's what we're going to talk about. And it's just a matter of time when this motion, I'm making a healthy snack, Dr. Vuong. I'm making a healthy snack, Dr. Vuong. Oh shit, Dr. Vuong. I'm stressed out at work. People are talking bad about me at work. This person has just been mean to me on Facebook. And then, my husband doesn't like it. My husband thinks I'm getting too skinny. My mother-in-law thinks I look sickly. I got laid off. My daughter is hooked on drugs. And you're in this motion. Pay attention now. Pay attention. You're already in this motion. I'm making a healthy snack. And when something bad happens to you, because you're already in this motion, it's too damn easy for that healthy snack to become potato chips, ice cream, candy, whatever you've always used to control your stress or emotions or anything. You get that? I'm saying that with a lot of love, right? I'm not criticizing you. I'm trying to impart upon you how important this is because I see this pattern. I take care of so many patients and I interact with you guys on such a large level. I know that this is hard for y'all. So it's best to just not do it. You would never tell an alcoholic, hey, just have a glass of wine. It's healthy for you. Studies show that there's resveratrol in wine, and a glass of wine a day cuts down on heart disease, which it doesn't, by the way. That study's been refuted. But it's still out there in the nutrition lore. So people are still trying to drink a glass of wine. My point is, you would never tell an alcoholic, right? An alcoholic's like, I'm a fucking alcoholic. I don't have alcohol. So no, you're not going to offer them a glass of wine. So why do we tell the obese population, especially weight loss surgery patients, who've taken this extreme step, that it's okay to start snacking? It's not okay. You can't do it. And I understand your program might have told you to eat 5 small meals a day or 6 small meals a day. Don't do it. It's just a matter of time. It's old information they're giving you. I promise you it's old, outdated information. All right? The only exception to that is when you've just had weight loss surgery and your sleeve is real tight or your bypass is real tight and you really just can't get into nutrition. But at that point, you're still focusing on nutrition and water. Does that make sense? You're not really focusing, it's not snacking as much as I'm just trying to nourish my body and get over this tight spot. It will not stay tight forever. Comment below if you were tight at the beginning and now a year later, 2 years later, you're like, fuck, I can eat a fucking hamburger if I want to. I'm going to tell you, that's most surgery patients. Most surgery patients, if they wanted to, they could just pick up a sandwich and start eating it. I'm telling you, if you can't, trust me, it'll come. You live long enough, it will come. Okay? So one exception would be if you just had surgery and you're fresh, you're just trying to nourish your body with a little bit. That's it, but you're not snacking. Number 2, if your surgeon, for whatever reason, did a very malabsorptive surgery on you, something like the duodenal switch, or the minigastric bypass, and you're just really struggling with nutrition, that's when you really need to see an expert. That's when you really need to see a nutritionist to really measure your macro levels and really fine-tune your eating. But I promise you, that is like 0.5% of y'all. 0.5% of y'all. Duodenal switch is only 1% of all the weight loss surgeries in the world, 1%. So of those, so literally it's 0.5% of you who will have problems. No snacking will work for 99.5% of y'all. So no snacking, okay? Super, super important. That is the Dr. V diet in a nutshell. I have it in a free PDF, drvdiet.com. I'm coming out with a book next year called the Dr. V Diet, which just has recipes. It's going to have a meal planner. It's going to go into reasons why this is important. It's going to be good for non-surgery people, but it will have little sections for it. Hey, if you had weight loss surgery, fine-tune it like this. Cool? Sound good? So this is what you should be eating if you want to stop weight regain. And in fact, hey, well, Dr. Vuong, that sounds a lot like what you told me to eat from the beginning. Yeah! Yes! It's what I've been telling you this whole time. There's no difference. Just start it over again. Just say, today I'm going to start over again. Okay? Sound good? Our next tip's going to be off the charts, okay? So, check it out.